I'm Nicholas Gowan from men's basketball, and you're watching This Week at Pepperdine.
The calendar has turned to November, and that can only mean one thing. It's basketball season. Pepperdine men's and women's teams officially get their regular season started this weekend. Plus, the women's volleyball and men's water polo teams are home this weekend, while several other of the Waves teams are on the road. We look at all of this in another edition of This Week at Pepperdine. As usual, we begin with our 3 Stars segment. The women's basketball team was tied with defending NAIA champion Westmont in the final minute of last week's exhibition. Sophomore forward Amanda Lovely grabbed 3 offensive rebounds in the final 60 seconds, including the game-winning putback with 2.9 seconds remaining. Pepperdine successfully hosted the WCC Championships for the first time in program history this past Saturday in Alumni Park. Leading Pepperdine to the finish line was senior Adriana Davies for the women and freshman Nick Blanchard for the men. The men's water polo team captured its first MPSF victory of the season with a 10-8 home victory over 7th-ranked Long Beach State on Saturday. Senior goalie Bense Walks recorded a remarkable 20 saves, and junior attacker Marco Madarash notched 5 goals. Now it's time for our top plays. Head out to the pool. Bense Walks, we mentioned earlier, his 20 saves on the day. Here's a huge one late in the second half for the Waves. Women's basketball, freshman Allie Green with the ball under 10 seconds to go in the first half. She takes matters into her own hands, straight to the rack for the score to end the half. And back out to the pool, Waves with a great offensive attack, centering the ball and then letting Nick Kandow do his thing and whip it into the back of the net for the great goal. Now let's take a look at what's coming up this week. The men's basketball team begins its season at home on Saturday with a contest with San Diego Christian. This will be the public's first real look at Pepperdine's squad. It's a young group that features 8 returners and 8 newcomers. But head coach Marty Wilson believes he has more talent than ever, and he expects better results this season.
We have a lot of chemistry, which is good for a basketball team. So knowing how young we are, knowing how talented we are, putting that all together, being a team that trusts each other, makes me really excited to see the finished product that's going to be shown Saturday. The product is still in work, but it's definitely a nice product so far, though.
The women's basketball team, following its exhibition win over Westmont, begins the regular season on the road at Seattle on Friday night. New head coach Ryan Weisenberg will be looking for his first official win against a Redhawks squad that the Waves beat in Malibu last season.
The keys to beating Seattle on Friday will be, of course, rebounding, as always, like Coach Ryan always says. Rebounding is it's basically what's gonna win us the games. Even if we're having an off night, if we can get the rebound and push the ball, that's what we do best.
The women's volleyball team has just 3 matches remaining, and 2 of them are this weekend against St. Mary's and Pacific. Pepperdine is coming off a 5-set loss on the road to 21st-ranked BYU, and so the Waves will hope to carry over some of the positives that allowed them to jump out to a 2-0 lead against the Cougars.
The first 2 games that we played really showed that we are an amazing team, and when we put everything together, when we work together and we would win the serve and pass game, we can be an amazing team and we can beat anyone. We just need to be able to consistently put that together, but I feel like that really boosted our confidence in a way that we really needed it at the time.
The men's water polo team is midway through the MPSF season, and after beating Long Beach State on Saturday, the 9th-ranked Waves are hoping to finish strong with a few more victories. They'll have their hands full this weekend as they host 3rd-ranked Pacific on Friday and then visit top-ranked USC on Sunday. The Waves lost to both schools at the NorCal tournament back in September. The women's soccer team wraps up the regular season on Saturday with a Wells Fargo PCH Cup battle at Loyola Marymount. After a tough weekend in the Bay Area, the injury-plagued Waves would like to end things on a high note, especially against their rivals. Junior forward Allie Holtz has been red hot as of late and has scored 4 goals in the last 4 games. The men's golf team began play today at the Warrior Princeville Mackay Invitational on the island of Kauai. It's the final fall tournament of the season for the Waves, who are most recently coming off a 5th-place finish at the Bill Cullum Invitational and would like to head into their 3-month break with another good result. The men's and women's tennis teams are sending senior Alex Sarkisian and junior Lorraine Guillermo, respectively, to compete at the USTA ITA National Indoor Collegiate Championships in New York. Other members of the women's squad will take part in the Jack Kramer Collegiate Invitational in nearby Rolling Hills Estates. The women's swimming team had a great showing at the recent Malibu Invitational, which they hosted, and will look for more success at the upcoming Mustang Invitational hosted by Cal Poly. It's a great time to be a Waves fan as the fall sports reaching their climax and the winter sports just getting going. Thanks for joining us on another edition of This Week at Pepperdine.